Yeah, this is very simple. Earnings per share, net income upon weighted average number of common shares outstanding. So, weighted average based on number of month shares were outstanding. So, this is simple, right? Earnings per share. What is earnings is, you know, earnings PAT, net income. Per share is, so if your business have 1 lakh shares and if your business had a profit of 2 lakh rupees, then what is the earning per share? 2 rupees per share. 2 lakh divided by 1 lakh shares at the simplest level, right? I am saying total profit of the business PAT is 2 lakh rupees. Total number of shares is 1 lakh shares. So, on a per share basis, how much money did the business make? 2 rupees per share. So, if the entire money was to be distributed as dividend, how much dividend will the shareholders get? The entire profit? 2 rupees. So, then the dividend per share is also dividend distributed by, right. So, what is earning per share? Net income upon number of common shares outstanding, and when we take the number of common shares, we take the weighted average, what I was just mentioning. Let us go to the next slide. What is weighted average? 7,50,000 shares outstanding at the beginning of a year, 2 lakh shares added 3 months before the end of the year. So, here if we take opening plus closing divided by 2, it will give us a figure of 8,50,000. Are you seeing that? 750 at opening, 950 at end, opening plus closing divided by 2 will give us 8,50,000. But when we calculate this here, we do not take it that way, we actually go with weighted average. So, 7,50,000 for 9 months and plus last 3 months. So, 7,50,000 is for 12 months, while this 2 lakh is only for 3 months. So, the weighted average number of shares is 8 lakhs, you are able to see it, right. Next. Okay. I will not be able to start leverage today. So, just as we saw, सही पढ़ो अपने आप, एक और एंटर मारो, read it on your own. Just look at this one, PE ratio and this ratio, एक और एंटर मारो, just read it on your own. Earnings per share we have all understood. What is price to earnings ratio? Earnings per share we have understood. Do not go with EP, we go with उल्टा बोलते हैं. PE is price to earnings. PE is price to earnings, or price is what? Is same as market price per share. Market price per share, and this is earnings per share. Price to earnings, market price per share and earnings per share. Your share is trading, your share is having an EPS of 2 rupees, we just saw. 1 lakh shares, earning was 2 lakh total, on a per share basis 2 rupees per share. So, the EPS is 2 rupees per share. Now, the market price share per share is, say it is say 20 rupees. Market price, let us say, is 20 rupees. So, market price is 20 per share, earnings per share is 2. So, my price to earnings ratio is 10 times. Are you getting what, the essence of what it is? And almost always you will see, almost always we take earnings on numerator. Earnings is always sitting in numerator. Earnings in, look at any ratio, earnings is sitting on numerator because it is independent, right. You understand, it is not really, I am not entering the territory of independent variable and dependent variable, but look at all the ratios that we have calculated till now. Earnings is sitting in the numerator. This is a rare ratio in which earnings is sitting in the denominator. It is a common practice, because if you had to put, that is the reason I have read EP and PE, these are actually the same ratio. The earnings per share, EP is earnings upon price, PE is price upon earnings, it is just the reverse, but the convention is to calculate not EP ratio but PE ratio, which is market price per earnings, because that makes more sense. You know what will happen is, if you see it is a PE, you say okay, the price earning multiple is 10 times. So, if the price earning multiple I say has risen to 15 times, then you know okay fine, the EPS was 2, the PE multiple is 15, therefore, my market price is 30. If I say it has risen to 25 times, you will immediately say okay fine, my market price is 50. Are you getting what I am saying? But EP will not, is not so intuitive. Are you getting it? In EP में क्या हो गया? EP ratio will be 2 divided by 20, therefore it is 0.10, and when it rises to 50, it will become 0.02. Are you getting it? So, well, the EP went from 0.10 to 0.02. Are you understanding anything out of it? Not much. But to say PE went up from 10 times to 50 times, are you getting it? So, that is far more intuitive and you are able to make sense out of that number. So, therefore, the convention is to not express it as EP, but to express it as PE, and PE is market price upon earnings per share. And what is DP? DPS, dividend per share, is dividend upon number of equity shares, which is very similar to EPS, right? Next. So, we can चलो आज छोड़ देते हैं यहाँ पर ही, ठीक है ना? So, we won't be able to, then we will cover the balance tomorrow. We still have another class tomorrow, and we will try to cover almost all ratios then tomorrow, and we will also cover leverage, which is actually part of your financial management in some ways, but it is related to financial analysis here. So, we will do leverage.